What is up, XRP family? Thank you guys for joining the video for today. So let's take a look first at the price of XRP, which is trading at 2.45, I think 2.53 already, guys, which is insane. Right here you can see we still didn't breach all-time high yet, but we will very soon. As you can see, 12 billion volume, 145 billion market cap, $2.54. We are breaching all-time high very soon, which is I want to show you guys some videos and some interesting stuff that will be coming in the next few days. Pat Thielen from Ripple explains how stablecoins will bridge the gap from the traditional saying cash is king to digital stablecoin RLUSD cash is king. Let's take a look.
Hi, my name is Pat Thielen. This is Crypto in a Minute. Stablecoin is a digital version of cash. And in the financial services industry, the old adage goes, cash is king. And that's true unless you don't have access to cash, you don't have the ability to use that cash, and worst case, that cash is not as much as you thought it was. So as financial services and other industries begin to roll out all of the clever applications that are occurring within crypto and blockchain, like on-chain solutions, like tokenization, and eventually Web3, stablecoin provides the ability to meet that demand. And then the important thing is, as you go through that, you've got the ability to do that in a way that's safe, secure, and ready to use on demand. What's fun about this is we are in a position now where the industry is at $150 billion, proving the demand is there. The reality is it's got a long way to go, and we're excited to see the journey and how it unfolds. I made it.
Very nice. Ripple's Pat Thielen, who is on the Faster Payments Council, speaks on the future crypto adoption in the US.
We truly believe that there is an internet of value coming, much like the internet provided with communications and email in the 90s and through the beginning of the millennium. Today, the payment system is advancing. And unlike a lot of the other crypto players in Ripple's space, we truly believe that the revolution is going to occur from within. So the ecosystem that the US Faster Payments Council has put together will be those players that will make sure we advance the industry. The working groups that are coming out, it's the cross-border, the QR, the directory model. These are really opportunities to take that user experience, the interoperability that has been designed in the other initiatives, and really apply it to real-world problems. Many countries have leapfrogged the US in real-time payments, so this is a real opportunity for us to leverage a body like this. The playing field is set, and you can either sit on the sidelines or suit up with US Faster Payments Council and change the game.
Change the game. Faster Payments Council. And in the history, guys, we showed you a lot of videos that Ripple was working with these people, that Ripple was working with the United States on all of this. It was just a matter of time before all of this would come to the light. Now we have something very interesting, guys. Grab your popcorn. It's been 5 years since Bill Hinman gave his infamous speech, and through the SEC's lawsuit against Ripple and 7 court orders, we can finally share what happened behind the scenes through the now public emails drafts of the speech. We now can all see Hinman ignored multiple warnings that his speech contained made-up analysis with no basis in law, was divorced from the Howey factors, exposed regulatory gaps, and would create not just confusion, but greater confusion in the market. Refresher: Hinman, as head of the SEC's Corp Fin, gave a speech in June 2018 declaring that a token is not a security once it becomes sufficiently decentralized. And he invented factors to consider when making a sufficiently decentralized determination. Although Hinman claimed that the speech was his personal view, he and the SEC touted it as guidance. Then SEC Chair Jake Layton publicly pointed to it. Despite the SEC repeatedly flip-flopping on the significance of the speech in litigation, it remains on the agency's website. Now let's look what senior SEC officials directly said to Hinman about his speech as he was drafting it. Head of Trading and Markets TNM said, "Because the list of factors is so extensive and appears to include things that go beyond the typical Howey analysis, we have concerns this might lead to greater confusion on what is a security." Hinman ignored those concerns. This is crazy, guys. We were saying this so many times that in the future, there will come a moment where these people are going to be put to the light of what they were doing. And all you can see now is the corruption. It really unfolded as we expected. Let's take a small snippet of this video and see what is going on. It's very interesting to see this, guys, really unfold before our eyes as we predicted this.
Where he declared that a token is not a security when it becomes, quote, sufficiently decentralized. But internal emails and documents show that senior SEC officials repeatedly warned Hinman that his speech wasn't true to the law and would greatly confuse the markets even more than they already were. Now, after more than 2 years and 7 court orders, we can finally share some of what we found in the Hinman speech documents. The SEC head of trading and markets warned Hinman that he was making up factors that, quote, go beyond the typical Howey analysis, as in not in the law, and that the speech could lead to not just confusion, but greater confusion on what is a security. Hinman ignored him.
If the network on which the token or coin is to function is sufficiently decentralized, and the purchasers no longer have a reasonable expectation that a person or a group is going to carry out essential managerial or entrepreneurial efforts, those assets might not represent an investment contract.
The same official told Hinman he should tie his speech, quote, more closely and explicitly to the Howey analysis. Hinman not only ignored him, but deliberately created factors beyond those identified by the Supreme Court in the Howey case.
I wanted to just note a few things. This list is not meant to be exhaustive, but these are things that we look at.
The SEC's own general counsel warned specifically that it's legally irrelevant if someone retains a stake in a token and is motivated to take action to increase its value, and that Hinman should delete it from the speech. And once again, Hinman ignored them.
So why did he ignore him, guys? Why did he just ignore him? This has all to do, and I can tell you straight up what it is, because that's what it is. It's insider trading. They didn't want to hurt Ethereum because maybe they were invested in it, right? They had connections with the Ethereum team, which we already know. Consensus was very close to these people, and they didn't want to hurt Ethereum, so they let it grow and they hurt XRP instead, which was a real competitor and actually very bad for them. Let's take a look, because there's much more into this, guys.
And said without any legal support that it was important to ask.
Has that person or group retained a stake or other interest in the digital asset such that it would be motivated to expend efforts to cause an increase in the value of the digital asset?
Both Trading and Markets and the General Counsel also disagreed with Hinman's belief that if a network was sufficiently decentralized, information asymmetries would no longer exist, noting that a network creator would likely have more information than a retail holder, using Vitalik Buterin as an example. They warned Hinman that by creating this, quote, other category and focusing on information asymmetries, he was exposing a regulatory gap that the SEC may not have the jurisdiction to fill. Again, Hinman ignored them.
As the network becomes more truly decentralized, the ability to even to identify a promoter or to make the requisite, and someone that could actually make the requisite disclosures becomes in many cases difficult and perhaps much less meaningful.
On June 4th, Hinman wrote that he didn't see a, quote, need to regulate Ether as a security, and set up a call with Ethereum's co-founder Vitalik Buterin later that week to, quote, confirm our understanding. On June 11th, the SEC's own general counsel advised against including any direct statement about Ether in the speech because it would be difficult for the SEC to, quote, take a different position on Ether in the future. The next day, Trading and Markets wrote that the statements about Ether were, quote, likely to create more confusion.
Here you go, guys. As I said, this has all to do with insider trading. Again, it's crazy. Here you can see another Ripple advertisement on the pitch when they played. I think this is in the Premier League. Anyway, you can see Ripple advertisements, guys, and you're going to see this more and more and more, which is really good, because the first thing that people will think about, even unconsciously, when they all see these things, they will think about Ripple, XRP. And you can also see them in Washington right now. So there is a lot of things happening on a retail level as well, where people really see Ripple advertisements. Yes, the US Federal Reserve's Faster Payments Council has previously highlighted Ripple and XRP in a report on cross-border payments. The report specifically states Ripple's solution leverages a blockchain with a digital asset XRP that acts as a bridge between local domestic fiat currencies. How much more proof do people need to see before they understand that XRP is truly different from the others, right? And that market cap means absolutely nothing for XRP, because once they start using it, it will be automatically in the trillions. As we can see here, and it's very small, but you can see that they talk about Ripple and how XRP is used to bridge these assets. Now with RLUSD, things become much more interesting. Looks like Brett Garlinghouse, Ripple, and Crypto XRP are more popular than AI, Titanic, Denzel Washington, and Ozempic combined. Why is he saying this? Because when you look at the views on Twitter, on X, you can see on 60 Minutes page, the views are insane, which is 2.6 million. Of course, it's because of the XRP army. Very good, guys. Here we can see 36K for this guy, and which is about AI. Here we can see Kate Winslet talking about this, which is 74K. Here we can see another one, and we can just keep going, right? But it's all just in the thousands. When Brett Garlinghouse spoke, it was in the millions of views, which just says, guys, how popular it's becoming and how good Ripple is looking right now. Federal Reserve presentation, Ripple a winner. Can Bitcoins be taxed? In the US, the IRS has recently ruled that for tax purposes, Bitcoins will be treated as property and not a currency. When you buy, then sell Bitcoins, you must report the resulting capital gain loss. Compliance means added record keeping costs. The effect of this and similar rulings serve to diminish the attractiveness of Bitcoins as a currency. Ripple a winner. But enforcing an outright ban is close to impossible. This is very, very interesting, guys, right? XDC, tokenizing precious metals with XDC's M protocol with ISO 222 financial messaging standards. Now, if we look at XDC, it has been flying for the last kind of week. I think it has been flying, guys. Like, let's take a look at the chart. Look, that's what I mean, right? So all-time high is at, like, let's take a look. Well, it's a bit like 0.19 and it's now 0.09, which is crazy. Like, it's 1.38 billion market cap. When I first saw XDC, it was like maybe 200 million market cap. It's crazy because when we were talking about this, it was way back, guys. It was in 2020, 2019, 2018, stuff like that. So it's crazy, right? And XDC is, of course, one of the tokens that is good with ISO 222. It will complement lots of things. Here we can see, guys, Gary Gensler, where he is just mocked by this woman which is talking to him here, which is absolutely hilarious to see, right? Gary Gensler, guys, wouldn't you guess that this is just hilarious? Because we said that Gary Gensler one day is gonna have a problem, and when Trump gets power, he absolutely made no chance in staying SEC chair.
Talking of disclosures, one disclosure from former President Trump is that he would fire you, ultimately. Unsurprising to you, I'm sure.
So, Caroline, I'll let you go to your next question.
He never answers any questions when it's straight up. When he's confronted with stuff, he never answers, right? As we know him, Gary Gensler. It's always the same, guys. This is the ad to air during 60 Minutes. Again, guys, this is all gonna come to light. Look at this. Just take a look and see for yourself.
Good evening, Chairman Gensler. We know you're watching. The SEC's Inspector General has been investigating former SEC Director of Corporation Finance, William Hinman, for more than 2 years. There have been FOIA requests, lawsuits, evidence referrals, and a documentary film investigating Hinman's potential conflicts of interest. The SEC said it would release its report. To date, it has not. America deserves the truth.
This is brilliant. I don't know who made this, guys, but good job. Well done. These people's mistakes will be put to light because America deserves to know the truth, and everyone deserves to know, right? Especially XRP holders, XRP army. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. See you in the next one. Cheers.